Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Gaming the Meta. It's been a while. It's where your three typical degenerates start talking about a work-in project, just like our three hosts here, of which we have Alex, Upgrade Booksell, Daniel, Wage and Commando Howlett, and myself, Adam, Buki Booksell. We have an interesting show for you today. We'll be reviewing the latest developer update. Well, two of us will, and one will start learning about it today, and we'll be speculating about this month's upcoming updates, the BARD Showcase, the always forgotten class in MMOs. So, mates, how are we? How are we doing?
Good, Adam. It's good to be back here.
It's been a long break.
I'm unbelievably peachy today.
Unbelievably. So, how was your break? It's been like what? When was the last show? Or like a month ago?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was.
something like that. Yeah,
Ugh.
I've been
Yeah, it was a
busy,
good.
busy doing things. Yeah,
Gaming the
yeah.
meta.
I'm glad to hear. So, which one of us, raise your hand, which one of us actually watched the showcase the other day?
Yeah, do your fucking
Okay.
job, boys.
Well, I think the cameras keep dropping, Alex.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
The camera just dropped. There you go. Back.
are they back now?
Everyone in chat. We
Okay.
need a
Big
chat to let
shots.
us know.
Yeah, I know. I wish
Chat,
I had
let us
another
know.
monitor. Anyways, it should be good now.
Yeah,
So,
it's going.
Alex, what were your initial thoughts about the network uh showcase, I guess?
I'm not like a big programmer, but for what I'm kind of worried. I'm not gonna lie. Because it's like that server meshing idea where they have a big server and then once there's enough people it like shrinks into smaller and smaller servers.
Well, that's their
I'm
their dynamic server stuff, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's at the dynamic server, but I'm worried it's like there's gonna be so many people and the server is gonna be like a 5x5 square and you're not gonna be able to see a fireball coming at you.
Well,
You know what I know
yeah,
what they say it's gonna be okay, but
yeah, I know it all so like the load capability is kind of tough.
yeah.
Um, yeah, I'm on the kind of the same path. I'm worried too because the first of everything is always going to be awful. Like there's no such
Yeah.
like the first RTS game, like nobody remembers, but everybody remembers StarCraft because it did all like the first of every game always kind of falls flat. Like even Star
Yeah.
Citizen, which was the one that, was starting the server messing stuff and the replicators and whatnot. It's kind of lost in the dust. So I don't know, this might be a curse to firsts.
Yeah, maybe, but I hope it's not. Like I hope it doesn't become the okay, you're the best gamer in Ashes if you have the best internet. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
the closer you are to the tower, you win the game because you're not lagging.
Yeah. Well, they've done some like insane stuff even to on that point of lagging to like help combat lag. So, and
Yeah.
I guess they stress tested to the point where they're okay with it. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I
But
know.
that's what the alpha one's gonna be for too, right?
Alpha 2.
Try it out. Alpha 2.
Yes, which
So
is going to be announced this month in the next live stream. So Daniel, do you want me to explain it really quick what they showed last month?
Uh,
explain it for the viewers, Adam. Maybe they don't know.
General, just server stuff or what?
Yeah, so they essentially there was a problem with server meshing where MMOs or these large scale MMOs couldn't figure out couldn't figure out how to scale their population to like a very realistic size. So like Guild Wars 2, there's a lot of loading screens and you can go into different layers. Even WoW has shards. So there's all these like workaround problems to these, or workaround solutions to this problem that the server just could not handle the amount of people and the amount of actions the game could support. So what they essentially did is uh, use server meshing, where the map is split up into a bunch of little servers, and it there's another replicator server, and that replicator replicates what the other servers have, so you could see a different server. So we can actually
I
we'll get
mean, so is it something like kind of like a mega server or something? Because ESO does that.
yeah,
Not
it's like not a mega server, but a bunch of tiny servers, and they all like talk to each other and tell each other what's happening. I have a little the
because right now, like when you go into most MMOs, you like, okay, I'm in this server, like I'm in the go back to like the freaking like uh whatchamacallit, Guild Wars 2 or uh I think the worst case was Maple Story. If your friends were in a different server, you can never find them, right?
Yeah,
Uh
um,
like a
I think
different
I get the
channel.
gist of it.
different
Um,
channels and servers, and so
Yeah,
this way this helps. Like if we're going to have a North American server, it's just going to be North America. There's going to be that one server, and then within that one server there's like millions of like little servers that all interconnect and kind of feed each other little bits of information. And then as you get into a server, if there's so many people, it'll shrink to help combat like lag time and load time.
yeah,
And that way you don't have like loading walls or invisible loading walls where you kind of stop for a second and then it loads to the next thing. Especially with like the large scale fighting that they want to do. So it's gonna like kind of chop it up into pieces but keep the pie together, in so to speak.
yeah. We're doing a very bad job of explaining it all, but if you want to go watch it, it's actually pretty interesting once they start talking about it and stuff,
Yeah.
because they find problems. Because one of the bigger problem was if like server A was has an actor as well, like a player character or whatever, and they were acting on an actor in server B, how does how does client on server A see whatever server B is doing? So there's like a bunch of, and that's where like kind of the meshing comes in, right?
I
But
think I
they
get what
figure
you're
it out.
saying.
Yeah, they figure it out. So just like very
Yeah, you mentioned Star Citizen. I have no idea how far along they got with that. To be honest, like I'm starting. I mean, when did Star Citizen even come out? Like, I'm pretty sure I bought one of the starter packs, and that was way back in
2012, I
was that
think.
2015 or earlier or something like that.
Oh yeah, maybe I think they announced it 2012 or something.
Yeah, it's been a long time, but yeah. Anyway,
But anyways, it seems like they solved a problem for the most part, in my opinion. Anyways,
Yeah.
if you look on the stream, I just got the video from Intrepid on, and that's kind of like the diagram. But my other question, I guess, is more closer to Alex than to Daniel, because Alex actually took the 10 minutes out of his
I'm
day to watch it. Uh,
just here for moral support.
yeah, one-liners. Uh, so this is maybe actually, Daniel, you can jump into this question too, but is Intrepid Net the result of the lack of investors? So what I mean by this is that there's nobody that's like barking up Steven's ear to tell him to get the game out already and start cutting corners.
Well, if the fan base isn't doing that to him, I don't
Yeah, that's true.
Well, it depends on how much. Well, I don't know. It's kind of like Star Citizen, where I mean, isn't all the money just I mean, it's his own money, is it not? Like, didn't he own a
Yeah,
couple companies?
he's fully funded it. But like,
Has anybody invested money into the game, like,
I don't
outside of his own?
I
Well,
don't think
it,
so.
the alpha keys. I would consider the alpha keys an
No, but
investment.
like nobody's given him a sack of money and told him that they want like 5% after 10 years or something like that, right?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I
fair.
think, obviously that allows him to have more creative freedom 'cause, um but it's just the question is, like, the, accountability of, like, being able to get these features done and stuff.
That is that is what we're gonna be waiting for in the next few years. I think this might be a little too philosophical for this topic, but I think this is like truly how companies should have been ran when, America was like the American dream. I think this is what they meant.
American dream.
Well, like,
I think
eh,
we'll be able to get it done because, and I think one problem that Star Citizen has is that, since it's not really primarily funded by the company, I mean, there's, motherfuckers out there buying, like, $1,000 ships and stuff, so the game's just like an endless money pit at this point.
yeah.
Yeah.
But like if you were to own a company when this how you wanted to be ran, it's just like, my way or the highway. Like, if there's a problem, we'll fucking fix it and we'll fix it properly instead of
I'd want to dupe people into thinking that my features will be completed so I could run away with hundreds of thousands of
thousands of
millions of
dollars.
dollars.
Yeah.
Anyways, well, uh,
I guess. Just kidding. Yeah, of course. I'd love to do whatever you're saying.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, of course. Uh, and then like, uh, there's been like, so the huge splashes in NVIDIA's AI, but as we all know, NVIDIA was a gaming company. So my next question is Intrepid Net going to be NVIDIA's AI, where Intrepid Net outscales the initial idea of the company in terms of success? So will Intrepid Net take over as their main product?
Like for the server
Mm,
itself or the
No,
game.
I mean,
like
I
they'll make so much money out of this thing that Ashes of Creations and games in general is just going to be an afterthought.
well, the quite like, is he really doing this all for money though? Because I mean,
No, but
well,
everybody has a price.
obviously he's doing it for profit, but he's doing pretty well enough already, and this is kind of like a passion project for him, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. But
So
I mean, what if this is like the next AI for MMOs or at games in general? What if Ubisoft comes knocking on his door? Like, hey, we want you guys to run our network on.
yes, but they have to come out with a game that's half decent to even use this tech. I mean, the gaming industry is basically fucked at this point anyway. So
That's fair enough. So is this a revolution then? Is it revolutionary? Did we land on
I
the
hope
moon
so.
as
I
gamers?
hope so. I hope we're getting there. I hope we launch the rocket at least.
Oh, we're on like what's that? Oh, while mom was here, I'm in the by the way, go England. This is why I'm wearing the top, Leicester City. But while mom was here, we watched the movie. Fuck, it was like Kevin Costner and Jim Parsons, the guy that plays Sheldon in uh
Big Bang.
yeah, Big Bang, and there's a few other people, but actually the main actresses, I forgot their name. This is gonna sound so bad because it was about a movie. It was a movie about black recognition in NASA, and this is awful for me to forget their names, but that's like that was like their whole thing is like, we need to be revolutionary. We need you.
Oh yeah.
It was a very good movie, and I forget. It's shitty that I forgot the name of the movie, and name of the characters and actresses. But yeah, I think this is a revolution. I don't like explaining it, but I like the idea that it's happening.
Yeah, definitely. I do like the idea of someone actually trying something new. That's what I like.
Well, even
So
like solving a giant problem, because this has been a problem since fucking 2000s, right?
yeah. But you never hear about it. Like this is the first game I've actually heard, other than Star City, saying, "Hey, look, this is actually a problem." Instead of trying to be like, "Ah, we'll just make a gotcha game and fucking make people pay and have 0.3% chance of upgrading your gear
You got,
a
oh, you
hundred
showing,
times."
is that the cat? I just noticed.
Yes. Yeah,
Oh,
the cat.
yeah,
Yeah.
and they just get money from gotcha games. Well,
Yeah.
I am I'm pretty excited through all this. I don't
Um,
know. I think Daniel, I think you would like it if you actually gave it a decent listen. Uh,
Yeah, give what a listen, sorry?
if you gave the previous month's live stream a decent look through, but
I'll probably do that after the stream here. I just honestly, it's been a
a
long
rough
couple
week.
weeks. Yeah, it's just my life in general, just a long chain of fortunate
Events
events.
oh,
that he plans.
Yeah,
that he
planned
plans.
fortunate events.
Oh, I think my PowerPoint crashed. No.
Oh, now the whole thing crashed. Nah, it's
Is it
good. Now it's now it's good. It's gone.
is it gone?
Yeah.
Oh, now it should be back.
Yeah.
It's when I alt tab, that's when like shit goes wrong.
Oh,
When's
really?
that?
So
When's
yeah.
that alpha?
Pardon?
When is the alpha or not the alpha?
Next
The
month.
play tester thing, whatever.
The announcement is next month.
They're announcing the dates on the 30th, I think.
Hmm. Because I think
S-
I'll be much more interested once I get to actually, get into the game a little bit.
Yeah.
Because right now it's like uh, I'm just at the point where, you know, it's like Star Citizen. You're just
Yeah, we're just
sitting there
waiting. Yeah,
twiddling your
twiddling your
fingers.
thumbs. And
Yeah,
uh
I'm a visual learner.
of course.
I think I don't
So
know.
then
I
do
don't
we
know,
like
but
do we like live streams like this? Should Intrepid said they do one of these every like well, Steven said every 10 videos, every 10 live streams, the 10th one is usually pretty tech focused. Do we like that kind of formula, or should we just have more or less of them?
No, that this is good. I like this. This is nice. This is like someone. It seems like someone actually cares a little bit.
Yeah. Well,
So
any final thoughts on the network? We'll move on to our next topic. If not,
the as long
not
as
really.
because um, I don't know how ESO's networking worked, but that game was a little bit of a mess in the PvP and stuff.
oh,
So,
you didn't like it. Oh yeah, and there was a bunch of like animation cancels and stuff that like lagged it
well,
out,
I
in
mean,
my
besides
opinion.
that, like I think
Yeah.
the biggest issue is the latency in the PvP. Like
Do
there
you
was
know
so
how
much going on.
they did
No,
it?
I
Oh,
just know they did like they did mega servers in the PvE world, but in the PvP they had like instanced. It's kind of like regular servers, I guess,
yeah.
for the PvP.
Okay,
But
that's right. I know like Star Wars: The Old Republic, it ran pretty smooth, but I don't know how they probably did a lot like Guild
They
Wars.
only had so many people though. That's like the Old Republic was like.
Yeah,
It
I was
felt
like
like there wasn't like a million people there. There's about 1,000. Like there wasn't a lot of people there.
well, and they had the arena games where it was like 6v6 or
Yeah.
something, or six or five, five or six, one of the two. But and it was also way less intense graphically than what we are seeing today. But the stuff was a
Yeah,
lot.
for sure.
Well, we'll just go into our A.
Wee!
I
Now.
I like this one a lot. So
Oh yeah.
we're gonna have some skills from ooh, too many. From the Ranger, Shadow Decipher, and Blade Caller. You'll see there. First, I'm gonna just have the basic one. So how I think about my skills, I think about the base skill and then the augmentation. The other two kind of just think about the augmentated skills or the base one, either or. So I have two. So throw weapon, deal damage is the basic one. And then for the blade caller, which is the fighter plus summoner, I have vampiric blade. Throw a summoned weapon in front of you doing X damage. Activate again to bring the weapon back dealing X damage. And upon receiving that weapon, heal for X% total damage dealt.
Oh, okay. It's like a damage heal skill.
Yeah, it's like Ari's Q, remember? From League of
Oh, right.
Legends.
R is Q. Yeah.
But
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you throw it out, it doesn't come back right away. Like so you summon it, you push, and then you can activate it to bring it back. So big heals.
Oh, okay.
Because the fighter,
Yeah, yeah.
when we were watching the showcase, the fighter seemed like a self-healing type of melee
It did.
class.
It did. I thought it was gonna be less like that, but like I thought you would have to go into cleric to start doing that. But
Oh, you thought like they wouldn't even consider healing in the
yeah,
fighter class? Yeah. Daniel, what do you
none at
think?
all.
What class is it for?
It's the Blade Caller, which is the fighter plus summoner.
Blade Caller. I think that'd be interesting. Very edgy, like the
Yeah.
name. What Blade Caller?
It is. Well, they're all edgy, like Vampiric Blade, Shadow
Yeah.
Disciple.
Why?
Uh,
Why is all the rogues like this fucking edgy shit?
I think they're gonna redo the names and stuff
They have
because
to.
they're uh they're kind of funny. It sounds like a 14-year-old wrote them. I don't know if you ever did this when you were younger, but did you ever like create your own Pokemon or shit? Like with your friends? I
um,
can't be the only one that did this when I was
no,
in
I
like
heard
grade
of people
three.
doing that, but
Yeah.
I didn't do that personally. No.
Oh, so we had like a drawer. I was the namer, and then we had like a. It was like the three of us. Some guy drew it.
Wow.
Some guy
Little group project. Thing.
conceptualized it. Yeah, and I did all the attack names. And it sounds like when I was doing that, the names of uh
Oh, I could
that
only
kind of
imagine the
appeared.
attack
Yeah.
name. That'd be fucking.
Yeah, I can't imagine the brilliancy that came up with.
Oh, dude, I still have some of the pictures, I think.
That's funny.
Next upgrade. This is
Woo!
yours, Cleric plus Rogue, the Shadow
Yeah.
Disciple.
Uh,
Shadow Siphon. Tether a foe and an ally to each user via a shadow thread. After a delay, the thread deals damage to the enemy and heals an ally proportionate to the damage dealt. Is that correct?
yeah. It's I was trying to think of like
Another
because
tether
I kind
skill.
of
That's two in a
another
row.
tether skill. Yeah, I know. I know. It just kind of it just works for some reason. Um, I really liked. I really would like to see like a rogue cleric. Like, what would that look like? And I think this is gonna be one of those skills. And it's like a shadow disciple. I'm like, well, all right. Well, I guess it's got to be using shadows at least, because if
Yeah.
it's like a fire mage using fucking water or something, like you don't want to like what kind of
Yeah.
thing, right? So I think this will be because they. I think the shadow mages are or shadow disciples are going to be more of like the damage cleric more than anything. So I wanted more like a mix of like I can do more damage than healing. So like you do a little more damage than actual healing itself. So that's why I kind of went with this.
Yeah, it seems the cleric in and of itself is completely just heals. It has nothing
Yeah,
else. Like
nothing else.
a few
So
damage
I'm
spells here
hoping.
and
They
there,
should
but
add some satanic shit in there, kind of like World of Warcraft, because they have shadow priests.
Oh
well,
yeah,
what they're going to do is they're going to have two trees for the cleric, like a healing tree and then a necromancy tree. So
Ooh,
if you augment one of your main classes, you can augment the necromancer side of the cleric as well. So I
that's cool.
they haven't shown any of this, and this is all just on the wiki. But
yeah.
maybe
They I guess they
I
didn't
always,
show that.
honestly, I always thought clerics were lame as hell, but unless they have like some kind of weird cult shit going on, then I'm like, all right.
I think one of the
Well,
classes
that
actually called the cultists, like one of the clerics classes.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
there you go.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, like that was the only reason I played MapleStory. I played a cleric once, or yeah, whatever, because their like final skill is like this holy
Oh,
blinding
Genesis,
on
yeah.
the Genesis fucking thing. It just holy Nova and just fucking murders the whole screen. It's the coolest fucking skill, but trying to level up a cleric in MapleStory at the time was brutal.
Yeah, that's why everybody just invites you to their party, so you
Yeah.
get
You want heals? You want heals? I'll get you heals.
yeah, heals LFG, fucking
Heals and
17
buffs.
requests.
Yeah.
Man, yeah, clerics. And I mean, this is going to bleed into our discussion a little bit later. Clerics in some games are a necessity, but they're fucking boring. They're some of the
Yeah,
most
they really are. Yeah.
like some of the most boring classes one can play. And I remember back in MapleStory, like pre fifth job or fourth job, I guess, you were just fucking just literally holding down like one key for hours on end. You weren't even jumping because you didn't
I
need to.
mean,
You just
some
healed
people
yourself.
some people enjoy that shit though. I don't know.
Yeah, well,
Everything for somebody. I mean,
yeah.
yeah, I agree though. I find like I don't think I've ever purposely picked a cleric to play as in any video game ever. So
Maybe this one will be your first.
Ever.
ever.
Ever. Okay, let's go to Daniel's. Legion
I'm excited
Commando.
for this one.
You
Oh
should
yeah,
not.
this.
You
Oh
shouldn't be
yeah,
actually. This is
I
I'm so pumped.
I feel
Alex's
what.
Tinder
Hey,
profile.
I'll just add a little bit of flavor to it because I'll just make it up on the fly here. But
Yeah.
um,
So
I think
the skill's called Alex's Tinder profile, aka camouflage.
Oh, I thought it
Uh,
was gonna be harpoon.
hard. No, it's just a joke. Basically,
yeah.
it's
Let me
I
read it
mean, if you
and then
put
you can jump in.
okay, all right, you go ahead, you go ahead.
Prepare for an ambush by stealthing. Stealthing breaks upon movement.
I'm a, so what are you trying to say, Daniel, about me? Please explain this.
I'm trying to.
Well, I asked him for a
I,
name and he's like, Alex's Tinder profile. I was like, okay. I mean, it
he's like,
makes
what are you
sense.
talking?
It's just like you're invisible.
Yeah, online, Alex is pretty visible in person. It's okay, like whatever.
He's fat now, so
Anyway.
it's
Um,
Okay, so I'll add on to it a little bit.
okay.
Because obviously, just that is not, satisfactory. So I found
Don't
that
say.
it would be cool to have a skill where you can, just turn invisible on the spot. Obviously, not when you're in combat or something, or when somebody's looking at you. Or actually, I don't know how stealth works in this game. Is it just like a proximity thing? Do they even have stealth
Uh,
yet? They haven't
they'll,
released the
they'll,
rogue yet.
and the rogue won't be ready for Alpha 2. Steven kind of
watched
didn't
it.
confirm it, but I don't think he didn't confirm the rogue. He just said it's unlikely that the rogue will be ready for Alpha 2. And honestly, it might have to do with stealthing and all the server meshing stuff. So, like how stealth works
Yeah.
with the servers and stuff.
Um, what I was gonna say is, so this would be a class or skill for the ranger, and then I think it would be cool to have a skill where you could turn invisible on the spot, but you can't move, so it'd be like an ambush skill. But while you're invisible, your first hit is a guaranteed crit, plus like a certain damage percentage.
Modifier.
It would kind of be like a setup, sort of, right?
Yeah. So, do you unstealth the moment you press a skill or after the
Yeah,
skill
so
has been
yeah, you would be ambushing somebody. So
okay? Because like there's some of the ranger skills that they charge, right? So are you stealth during the charge or during the release?
well, I'd say you're stealth the minute you press the skill, and then the minute you do an action, it's done,
Okay.
and you get a buff with your first attack. So, um, if you're expecting somebody to come, then you could sit up for them or something like that.
Mm. I see. Do you see any augmentations with the other classes with this skill?
Uh, See, that would be a little hard because uh,
I hope if you augment tank, everything but your armor is invisible, so it's just like this floating armor. Just fucking
I
Like,
I think
like the classic fucking.
I think the augment would maybe have a relation with the like the buff you get on a first
okay.
attack, or maybe once you get out of stealth and you get a certain buff to something like your
Armor
armor
or
or
So the rogue augmentation would be movement speed or something.
yeah, something like that.
Yes, well, that was skill diff. It's gonna be my favorite
yeah.
segment from now on. I you
Oh
guys
yeah,
gotta
it's super. It's fun.
you guys gotta do your homework,
I
Daniel.
did mine.
I'm busy fucking
Yeah,
walking
you're
around
busy
my
fucking.
underwear
That's what the
with
issue
my,
is.
with
Actually,
my
actually,
with,
I had it.
yeah,
I
with
didn't
my
say it in my
kimono
intro.
on.
I didn't say it in my intro, but I did have uh a line that said, "How are we doing today, Daniel? Made any mistakes with your penis lately?"
Yeah, every 2 weeks, I'd say.
Okay,
Every two
okay.
weeks.
So then my oh, actually, still into skill diff. So my next question is, hey, Daniel, fuck, marry, kill your previous roommate, your current roommate, or the person that wants to be your
Oh
roommate.
my god, excuse me. Sorry, what? The fuck is this?
What? Oh,
All right. So,
it was in the script. Sorry. Yeah.
Oh.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
Do I
here
have to
that
answer that?
you should.
Oh, that's a hard one. That's a hard one. Shit.
I mean, I've only had 3 people I've lived with, so that's like kind of a hard fucking game there.
Well, it was your previous roommate, your current roommate, and the person that wants to be your roommate.
Like, who'd want to be my roommate? A lot of people.
You told
Oh,
me.
no, God. God. Um, wow. Okay.
It makes it better without the names.
yeah.
Yeah, fuck. I'm just gonna veto on that, but
I just got a
You
veto.
can't just answer it. It's I think it's pretty easy.
well, one of them's here right now, anyway. But I don't even remember the last guy's name. Like he had a nickname. His nickname was Winter. Oh, it was Andrew. That's what it was. I don't
Yeah, I
remember the
mean, we
name.
just completely ruined the game now. That's fine.
Fuck that guy.
It was supposed to be unnamed. They might see this.
Well, how yeah, okay. But how am I gonna answer that without putting
Well,
names down?
well,
So
I would, if I were you, I would kill your previous roommate, marry your current roommate, and then bang the person that wants to be your roommate, just to get it over with.
might get chlamydia from that.
I mean, you'll get chlamydia
But
from killing your previous roommate too, probably. But anyways,
I think if yeah. Anyway, moving on. I'd
yeah,
probably get gonorrhea.
moving on. I'm gonna throw those at you much more often.
Keep him
Yeah.
on his toes.
Exactly.
Wow.
The next kind of topic that we have for discussion is our oop, just let me get the slide. So, oh, there it is. Our next
The BARD.
showcase, the BARD. Ta-da! Oh, how come? There it
Oh, the
is.
song. There you go.
What?
Nice.
Oh no,
Wording.
yeah, the BARD showcase. So BARDs, they're pretty forgotten during these MMOs. They're usually at the bottom of the list. Just I was just like looking up some statistics in other classes. Obviously, that's these games don't actually have these numbers on their official site, so these are all community-made stat sheets that I found them. But the ninth most popular class in D&D Beyond, with a 1.2 million player sample, Lost Ark Bard hit the lowest 2.83% in December is now at 6.25% of players.
She's got a fucking buff.
Oh, did they really?
Yeah, they buffed the fuck out of her.
Apparently
She's
all the
a
supports did, because
yeah,
the two highest classes played on Lost Ark right now is the Artist and the Bard,
and
and
the
they're both.
Slayer.
No, it's not the Slayer. It's
Oh,
actually the Paladin that comes
oh
next.
yeah, yeah.
So the three support classes are the three highest, and then it's like Gunslinger and then all the DPS. But the thing is with Lost Ark, the support classes are so concentrated to three, and you need one at least
Yeah, you need one.
in your party. So it's like there's this it's slim pickings. FF14 has a Bard class, but it's a physical DPS class that breaks away from the typical support mage style that we see typically. In, in an Ion, I don't think there was a single player that played the musician. EverQuest, one of the best Bard designs according to the people, is third last on their play rate at 5%. So, the Bard, statistically, a hard class to popularize. So, what do you want to see from the Bard fantasy, first of all?
Just a quick
Uh,
thing.
a
Can you
DJ
turn up the
set.
stream volume? It's a little quiet.
Oh, yeah.
I'm on max and I can barely hear it.
Oh, okay.
Maybe you should clean out your ears. Just kidding.
I gotta test it, buddy. I can listen to
I
footsteps
got
and
it. That's
music.
Yeah, I
I'll give you
fucking.
the fucking sheet.
Yeah, we made this joke before.
I think it would be pretty dope to have like a DJ set, like a setup you just pull out of your butt, like throw down a table, and then do a little.
Yeah, of course you
Yeah,
would.
I think
Uh,
that'd be really cool too.
I want to know how they're gonna make it appealing to players. Like,
But like, what's the fantasy that we want to see? First, let's.
I I actually want to
I
see.
think,
You know what would be really fun is if you actually sing in your mic. If you like
I
actually
fucking never played this
I
game.
think
hard
that
a little
nobody
bit.
will ever play that
You know what I
class.
mean? Like if there was an option to say like, hey, if you can play the guitar, there's a sub thing where you can connect your guitar onto your computer with like a USB fucking
Okay, great. So from an
export. So
already
you
unpopular class, we're gonna cut the population by like
Yeah,
95.
I know. But no,
we're
I'm
gonna
saying this is a separate option. This is a
we're,
separate like you can still play the class on the keyboard,
so what's
but
the
like
benefit of
you,
playing the class on an acoustic as opposed to like a fucking lute?
like maybe you get a little bit better buff. So like
Then it's
maybe
not
How
an
it's
the
not
fuck are
option,
you
is
gonna
it?
do it playing
no
the
no no
guitar?
no wait. This is like before the raid. It's not like a super big buff. It's like from
Okay.
10% to 11%. So you can go like eyes about a bit of the boat, eyes about the bilver, whatever, like a buff
Toss a
song.
coin to your witcher.
Like whatever you guys want on the mic, and the game will record it, and it's like okay, you get the extra like 2% buff
I would
instead
never
of
play the
the.
fucking game.
No, I know it'd be fucking.
I,
But just
I
imagine,
would mute it.
just some guy, just some guy in the during the raid, just like singing some kind of. Ah! Or like you get an opera singer who just starts singing like the Halo theme song. Oh.
I I think the biggest thing, like, you can't really fix what a bard is. Like there's nothing you could do to like really like change the dynamics of it completely, because otherwise it's not a bard anymore. But I think what they need to do is they need to have some like really crazy fucking animations or some shit. Like they need to make the class fun to play visually, I think. And that would be,
Is that
I
the
mean, I'd
cat?
try it is the cat, yeah. Um yeah. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, and then like random cat noises in your mic lower your buffs, your buff duration.
Yeah. um but yeah, I would probably like actually I would probably play Bard as my second class, if anything. Um I would be interested in playing it, but they have to have some like pretty cool animations, like, and they should add some dance moves, like when you're like boosting the party's morale, you do like a little Fortnite dance or some shit. You know what I'm saying?
I think
Yeah.
one of the things that uh, Lost Ark kind of missed out on that was a great opportunity was color. Like, I think the Bard should have the widest color palette for their animations.
Oh, for
Well,
sure.
yeah, that's what I'm saying because
Yeah.
the class in and of itself is to fucking entertain, really.
Yeah. Actually, I'm
So,
every time we do the skill diff thing, I make a color palette for every class and I'll show so like when I go buy suits, I look at the thing and then but anyways, that's a whole other thing. But yeah, bards, I agree with you. Bards have been lackluster in like the visual department. And I also think their sound design is awful, unironically, in a lot of
in
cases.
in that, oh, have you seen gameplay of them in Ashes of Creation yet, or
There
no?
was
That's next
one
month.
video of there was a teaser video like a month and a bit ago where they were just like screwing around and he was holding a flute and he did like a skill and it literally blew everything off the map. So it was like a bass drop too. It was a pretty funny video, but that's the only thing I've seen. But I would like it to be actually like I guess musically inclined as well. But yeah, I mean, I think the bards just happen to be boring because like there's no.
Well, yeah, I mean, all it is really is like doing a stupid chime or something, and then that's it. Like,
Yeah, it's like
Yeah, little music notes come out, and that's it.
yeah.
I want to be, I want it to be like a rave. You gotta have like you know smoke
Fucking
effects and like yeah,
strobe lights coming out of your
yeah,
butt,
smoke
like
lights going off and shit. That'd be sick.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
that should be a subclass. There should be like a electronic bard
I don't
or
think they're gonna
something.
have electronic bard. Like the closest thing would be the
I know, I
mage.
know, I know.
Actually, the lightning mage and the bard would probably be the closest thing you'll get to the DJ. Um, the so and then there's like always the issues with like bards being shoehorned into supports, and I like the bard's going to be a support in this game. That's no different. How strong should now we're thinking bigger picture of the game? How strong do you think support should be? Because I know in Lost Ark it was fucking hard to get through that campaign as a bard main.
oh god,
I think it'd be
don't
dumb to
remind
have
me.
it as anything other than a support, really, because like I don't know. I haven't seen Final Fantasy's Bard class, but I just feel like the idea of it seems kind of dumb.
Yeah,
Um,
physical DPS.
yeah,
Yeah,
like what
it's
are you gonna do? Fucking smash a trombone over somebody's head or something? Like,
I don't know. FF14 is a weird one. I've only
yeah.
played like
Um,
10 levels of it, so
I think. I mean, if the class is like primarily more support focused, yeah, that's a hard one to say. So you're asking like how powerful they should be, or what do you mean?
yeah,
Yeah.
because I always so my next question is well so what's like your experience with bards in other games and should bards excel in certain game modes? Because I always find they are awful in PvE, like uh pre-endgame stuff, but they smack down in PvP. Like PvP supports, for some reason, are the best classes to play, just nobody plays them. Uh, so there's like, but it's intuitively PvE is where the support should probably be stronger than the PvP counterpart. So even in like Guild Wars 2, if you have like a healing Tempest on your team, it's if they know what they're doing, you're pretty much winning because nobody else is playing a healer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the tough thing with. I mean, I get like from World of Warcraft, it was pretty difficult to be like a healing main with PvE because obviously your focus is on healing, not killing people. But
Yeah.
um, if they have like some kind of, I think they should have a variation of um, like group buffs and self buffs. Like I think if they had abilities that buffed yourself differently than they buffed other people, then maybe PvE would be a little bit more viable because like the bonuses on yourself would be more damage focused maybe on some abilities, or like maybe you could have like you know how there's like stances for
Yeah,
classes, maybe something like that where you change your stance or
instrument.
whatever, and then the type of buff that you're, you know, you have like individual like offense or defense or whatever, for example. So like if you have your own, then maybe you can make it a little bit more viable for playing on your own.
Yeah. So like having different instruments even. Like I know that
Yeah.
the clip that I mentioned, the guy was playing the flute. Well, what looked like a flute. Uh, but Alex, how are bards in D&D? Because this game is very much
Yeah.
like D&D. I mean, the skills are anyway.
You know, Bard D&Ds are like they're on the low damage spectrum, but like uh I guess
Utility.
like the utility in expertise, and they can just like learn like any freaking spell that you want. So it's like pick your poison kind of thing. Um it's it becomes where uh role playing it becomes so easy. It's like the non-combat stuff bards are just excel at, like at all costs. Like that I'm hoping it's not going to be like that where like, well, maybe it could be like that. Maybe bards are really good at flirting with the NPCs, like that flirting with the NPCs in like Lost Ark, or
Oh yeah,
what
like
was the other,
the rapport stuff.
the rapport stuff. I think that'd be kind of cool. Like, hey, like I know this shopkeeper really well, and I get a deal for health potions, and I can sell them on the black market for this, or like on the trade market for more kind of thing, and that's your income. Like you get, like you just
Oh,
work on your rapport. I think that would be kind of cool if they did something like that. Um,
yeah, because everybody, I mean, not I don't think everybody does, but I know that a lot of the classes have like out of combat mechanics that they have access to. Like
yeah,
the rogue is the classic example where they can find trapdoors and in dungeons and disable
yeah,
traps and stuff.
yeah. I
But
think that'd be cool to have them being able to either talk to kings better, or like just like out of combat uh utility stuff would be kind of give people like, oh, maybe I should go into bard just because my guild needs someone to talk to so and so for
negotiate, yeah.
s- negotiation wise, or uh make some money, right? Like it could be like a merchant thing. Like you can be a really good merchant.
Yeah. I mean,
So
merchant would probably be one of the things that
it's,
they would naturally excel at. Uh,
yeah.
I'm trying to think like other out of combat stuff that's they can have a little edge to, because
How about the housing? Like, could they do something with the housing? With
I don't know,
maybe like if you put
buying and selling material. I have no idea.
maybe if you play music, like your crops a little better. Like how,
Oh, yeah. Like if you play classical
right?
music, grows faster.
Yeah, like you play like once a day, like your crops grow either a little bit better, or quality's a little better or faster, whatever the case may be. I don't know if they're gonna do quality in this game, like for like quality of weapons or
Well, there
equipment, or
I don't know how specific the quality of equipment goes, but I know that like obviously there's a rarity and stuff, but I don't know where it's like CS:GO, for example, where every time you pull a knife, it's like a different quality from like one
yeah, it's
to
like,
it's like 1 to 100 or something, and there's decimals and some shit. I don't
yeah,
know.
exactly, right.
But
You're going up that 1.1 just to upgrade it, whatever.
yeah. So I don't know how in depth they'll do for quality, but either way, the Bard is kind of the joke class of most MMOs, RPGs. Daniel, what do you think Ashes can do differently than the previous Bard classes that you've seen in MMOs have tried to attempt to do?
I mean, honestly, I haven't really played a lot of games that have bard. I mean, like I played D&D and stuff, but like nobody plays as a bard. so,
Yeah, like
um,
I've never been in a party with a
so I
Bard.
don't. I couldn't say I have a lot of experience with that, but yeah, like I was just mentioning, I think the stances and the better visuals and stuff because like half the game is I find that games that don't have like interesting visuals, like it's pretty boring, right? So
Yeah.
I think if they just keep it from being lackluster, like you're just a guy that strums a guitar and sits in the corner and jerks off or whatever, they have like some interesting visuals somehow. It might make it enough for people to play it. So
And I think that's what made the Ranger so cool. Like the with the airstrike shit and the backflips and everything. Even like the fighter class when we saw it, it looked like the visuals of the fighter and the Ranger were really cool. Unfortunately, the visuals for the mage was kind of on the lesser end. But yeah, Alex, what about you? What do you think Ashes can do differently other than the out of combat stuff?
Uh, for the I wouldn't I wouldn't mind seeing something like like actual, like the crowd control spells that never really seem to kind of work with bosses. Like they always have like a immunity to like getting stuns and
Oh
stuff.
yeah,
I would hope maybe like some way they can like distract them. Like there's like an actual, like you're playing music and you kind of their ears kind of pop up or whatever, like how they kind of like get distracted a little bit, like something that actually affects bosses at times, or just PvE in general.
like
Just
beyond
like,
just increasing other people's damage.
yeah, like a little more crowd control stuff would, then that would people, and I think they need to be up their damage a bit for sure. I don't think they should be like bottom tier cleric damage. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh,
honestly, I just thought it would be so funny if their crowd controls, like when they stun people, instead of like having just like a normal stunned animation,
like a
they would make
dance.
people dance.
Yeah,
That would be
for sure.
wild.
so Alex,
That would be a lot of work though. But
you bring up a good point. So I don't know if you can see it on stream, Daniel. I don't know if you have it open, but I have the little like bard in the classes that it can be. Uh, I don't have like the secondary augmentation, so I just have the primary. So out of the primary classes, Alex, give me what should be highest to least damaging classes.
Ooh.
So go from 1 to 8.
1 to 8. Okay. I would say, I think as a bard, I think a bard ranger, I think would do like more damage. I think they're with the rangers. I think with like the rangers, like channel skills, or however they want to augment like the headshot things, like the extra damage, uh, like the little marks. I
So
think marking people with a song, or like them kind of getting distracted with a mark or something
oh,
like that would be kind of
mhm,
cool.
yeah, that'd be cool.
That I think that'd be number one. Then two, mage. I think having an element on your a flaming ukulele would be fucking hilarious.
Oh, the
Just fucking
flaming guitar, yeah.
like, yeah, just like doing rock music for some fucking reason. Uh, then I think bar tank would probably be on the low end, so it'd go ranger. Uh,
Ranger
no,
mage.
yeah, ranger. mage, rogue, depending on like the ambush or whatever they're gonna go with.
How much utility you
Uh,
want, really?
yeah, and then fighter, cleric, tank. Like I think that's how it kind of flow.
What about Bard, the minstrel?
Oh, bard. I guess bard would be somewhere probably above player, maybe above the fighter. I think I would be
Above
above
the
fighter.
fighter
Yeah,
in
I
Yeah,
don't
damage.
I have a very
in
different
damage.
than Alex.
Above the fighter in damage. Okay.
Wait. Okay, let me explain this one. Okay, let me explain.
Because you had me until that. I was like,
Yeah, let me explain. Because if you're gonna be a bard fighter, right?
right.
Wouldn't it be better just be a fighter bard? Like having, if you're going want to go
What does the
damage,
fighter bar? Oh, I see. Okay, so you're saying that if one of them had to be high damage, it should be the fighter
the
bard, not the
fighter
bard
bard
fighter.
fighter.
Okay. I
See,
was
we're
just
we
about to
getting there.
explode because I was like, what the fuck does this have to do with the price of cheese,
I'm an
kind of?
idiot. I'm just a dumb jock.
But
Ooh.
okay,
No,
so
me think ahead. Ooh.
yeah. So Daniel,
Sorry.
what's your list? Go, just do it quick because I gotta leave actually pretty quick here. So let's do it.
um, okay, I'll go from least to highest.
Okay.
Minstrel, Bard, I think should be absolute bottom because you know, kind of self-explanatory. Um, Bard, Bard Cleric, second last, so that would be 7. Bard Summoner, 8. Uh, Bard Ranger, or sorry, 7, 6.
I got
Bard Ranger, 5.
yeah.
Uh, Bard Mage, 4. Or sorry, no, Bard Tank, 4. And then Bard Mage, 3. And then Bard Fighter, 2. And then Bard Rogue, 1.
Okay. So I'll go bottom up as well. I think Bard Cleric is a clear last DPS. Then Minstrel, so Bard, and then uh Bard Rogue, so the Trickster is third last. And then the Bard Tank is fourth last. Bard Fighter, Bard Summoner, Bard, Mage, Bard, Ranger. Because I agree with Alex. I think the Ranger is gonna absolutely do insane
Right.
DPS.
Yeah,
But
I'm excited.
you're a fucking idiot for the bottom
No, I'm not.
half.
I'm fucking right about this shit.
It's
Fuck
no,
all
you're
of you. I
your
win.
bottom half. Your bottom
Leicester
half
City,
is
baby. Let's go.
awful.
Let's go.
Leicester. That's what they do.
Let's go.
Leicester, you're awful. But I mean, like the biggest issue that the Bard faces is its popularity. So I hope that they do something, and I think the augmentations are gonna definitely help with its
Help a lot.
popularity.
Honestly, I might. Well, we'll see. I might actually play as one because I think
Just because you play it
once
doesn't mean everyone's gonna play it.
or whatever, I don't care. Once the game comes out in 2029 or whatever, uh,
2050.
No, it's
yeah,
coming home.
30 or whatever.
It's coming home.
I think I'll probably play as a fighter ranger or ranger fighter, just depending on how they work out, and then probably a bard rogue,
The trickster.
possibly. Uh, well, I think they call it a charlatan or something.
That's the rogue bard. So
Is it?
subclass bard. Yeah. I mean, I have the
I was looking at the chart wrong.
yeah.
Oh, that's secondary. Um,
It's a confusing chart.
yeah, it's very hard. X and
It
Y.
actually says there, the Bard
Creative.
fighters.
Rogue.
What does it say about the bard
It's
fighter?
worse. It's worse than Fighter Bard. Where
I
it's
might play. I
Where does
might
it
play
say
as a
this?
rogue bard. I don't know. Charlatan sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, they
That's
do.
like me in real life. So
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
perfectly
you're a
ugly.
charmer. Oh yeah,
yeah.
you're perfectly ugly. Fuck, I'm getting uglier every year.
Well,
Soon,
that's what age.
soon I'll be at your level, Daniel. Perfect, just in the right balance spot. Uh,
Not everybody could get the balance right.
not everybody can, but you did for some odd reason. Uh, well, that's pretty much our show. That was a pretty fun one. Oh, almost an hour right on the dot. Uh, yeah, so next show will be the review of the live stream, I guess. So we'll do it after the the month live stream, and I think that's going to be the formula from now on. Is we're going to do uh a pre live stream, a pre death discussion, I guess, and a post death discussion. So two a month. I think that's
That's
plenty.
sweet.
And every week we're going to have new skills we're going to talk about, new jokes to make to each other, and hopefully new bad bitches around us. That was
Because
everything
we're streamers.
because we're streamers now. That was
We
gaming the meta.
Should we just add like a couple girls and then talk down to them? We could be like the whatever show. Yeah.
You know
Yeah,
nothing, idiot. I'll get them. I'll fucking figure it out
I
for
mean
you.
they're everywhere. We
We
can
could
bounce.
we could be like the whatever show. It's like fucking, just bring them on so we can shit talk them.
I know. Oh, geez. Obviously, we're not going to do that,
Any,
but
anyone female watching the stream, I'm definitely a misogynist. 100%. I hate women.
that almost stops yours, Alex. Yours is way worse, though.
No,
Uh,
no. That's
that's
okay.
okay.
We
We
can
can
edit
edit
that
that.
out.
No. It's unedited, man. It's going right on YouTube.
No, it's raw footage right here.
Man, raw
Raw.
footage.
Going in raw like the Stampede, eh, buddy? Let's go.
Yeehaw! Oh yeah, the Euros are on, so I'm gonna go watch that right now. Enjoy the rest of the week, you two,
Yeah, thanks, Adam.
and I'll see you. I'll catch you later,
I'm gonna go take a shit now.
as usual. The post podcast shit. Okay.
It's my routine, man. It's not my fault you picked this time in the morning.